Battlefield Tactics tutorial reel. Now, while I'm sure you all know this information, do not skip any part of this film, as I want to make sure you all know this. Individual constitution. When you're in the battlefield, make sure that you stick to cover. If you're an assaulter and you're on a flanking mission, you can rush, but be smart. Next, stick with your buddy. He can help tell you if you're hit, and he can help provide fire and cover. Follow orders. If they're given to you, you must do them. Period. And call your damn hits. If you're purposely not calling your hits, you're off the team. Fire team tactics. These are the things you're going to be doing with your team all the time. We're going to be reviewing the wedge formation, the leapfrog and its variants, and hot moving. These are the 3 things you need to remember and you will be using all the time. You will never encounter a time where you will not be using one of these 3 things.
The wedge formation. This demonstration will show why this formation is the most versatile. When you first get in this formation, ensure that you have good spacing between the troops. Let's say you get attacked from the left flank. The enemy is hiding behind a log or whatever whatever is happening. The fire team leader should then fire on the enemy as well as the nearest flank to the enemy. This is the supporting element. Now, the 2 furthest soldiers should then flank the enemy. This is the flanking element. Combining fire with the support element, you should be able to overwhelm your enemy using this force multiplier. Or, you could actually take the troop from the rear and assign him as the support gunner, and try and fire and put more support down on the enemy while one singular soldier goes to flank. Now, let's say the enemy attacks you from the front. Again, the fire team leader should engage them, but in this scenario, it's the best because the 2 soldiers on the flanks can act as a half support, half flank position. They can get into a semi-flank position while laying down supporting fire. If they're needed to, they could actually try and push further into the flank. Now, with this massed fire, you can take the rearmost soldier and have him do a wide flank. In this case, the soldier is going to try and get up close and personal behind the enemies. And there you have it. That's why the wedge formation is the most versatile in the sport of airsoft.
The leapfrog. The leapfrog is the single most important tactic you will ever use on the airsoft battlefield. Remember it well and all of its variants. Use it as a team, both in the fire team and in a squad, and you will overcome on the battlefield. Let's look at the basic leapfrog. You split your fire team in half according to buddy teams. The first buddy team advances, then the second buddy team advances past that unit about the same distance it originally traveled away from it. Then they dive to cover as the other buddy team then advances forward. Now let's check how effective that is under fire. Let's say you're doing a normal leapfrog forward. Now let's say going forward is 12 o'clock section on a clock. As this next buddy team goes forward, they're going to get engaged from their quote-unquote 2 o'clock, front right. So, as they're advancing, they get engaged. The enemy only sees those 2 units. They say, contact 2 o'clock. They instruct the other buddy team to flank. The buddy team hears that it's 2 o'clock, and they know where their other buddy team is. So they do a deep flank to the enemy's exposed side. From there, it acts as a major force multiplier and is a major staple in organized combat. With that being said, let's take a look at actual fire and maneuver, like you've learned in basic training. In this scenario, your supportive element has hard cover, and there's concealment along your route. It won't always be this ideal, but this is for the sake of example. Take a look. This is just like a leapfrog. It's just another